Today I'm in Chessington World of Adventure. The reason being, I wanted to see an update of the building site of the world of Jumanji. And compared to what I've seen the last time, lots of things happened. So let's see what happened and what is going on here. Also interesting because I've recently been in Gardaland, where there are two key attractions there. One, of course, is Jumanji. So I'm gonna tell you what I think they might carry over in terms of theming. But also, I found a really interesting commemorative plaque of Raptor, which is the first B&M wing coaster in the world. And that could give us some really interesting information about timelines. Let's find it out together. A lot to talk about in today's update. So we're gonna check the building site. We're gonna see the first pillars put in place. We're gonna see the station. Then some speculations around how the train is gonna look like. Some carryover regarding the theming from Jumanji in Italy. How the flat rides are gonna look like, and some speculations around timelines. Talking about the building site, the centerpiece, which is this massive statue of the jaguar, it's finished. It's worth noticing that there is a hole in the jaguar's head, which is where the gem is gonna go, and I'm expecting there some effects of some sorts, like lights or mist or something like that. Looking at the building site, there is a station is in place. The Jaguar is completed. Then they've done the foundations for the flat rides, and they started placing some pillars of the actual coaster itself. Talking about the pillars, two of them are in place, where one is a massive one, which is gonna go where the inversion over the portal is, and then there is a smaller one. But in a parking lot outside of the park, there is plenty of them ready for assembly. The station is in a good place as well. All the metal structure it's already been placed, and it's worth noticing that it looks completely different from the original visual shared at planning permission stage, because this one I think is gonna stay of this color and has got some metal cladding all around. So probably is not gonna look as it was originally planned. Worth noticing as well that the roof is likely to be open in the center part and is gonna be covered at the very end both sides. The station clearly shows the left and right side banks for onboarding, but also shows a quite deep pit under the track. Now that could be a service maintenance pit, but also could start some speculations about how the train is gonna look like. We're gonna see that in a second. Now, on a normal wing coaster, the track is splitting the station into the left and right side. Here we got this pit, but also we got the original visual, which is showing the track under the station. That could start some speculation about how the train is gonna look like. Is it gonna be the standard, usual B&M wing coaster or something different? If a track is gonna go under the station, then the train could be something closer to Furio's Baku in Portaventura, for example. It's still a wing coaster, but the seats are on top of the track rather than being on the sides. That could allow potentially 6 seats for each row, which could be aligned to the declaration of we were impressed by B&M, how they boost capacity. In terms of theming, they added some banners around the building site showing lots of different animals, but the key here is a kind of mood board which is anticipating how the theming is gonna look like. Particularly interesting is that mood board is actually how the theming is in Jumanji the Adventure in Gardaland, Italy. Look at this footage and you will see how probably the station or the whole themed area is gonna look like in terms of theming, because this implementation here is actually reflecting what they anticipated in the boards. And let's talk about the flat rides now. So at the planning permission stage, they showed an aerial view of the area, which is gonna have all the flat rides on the right side and the station on the left side. And then the coaster is gonna wrap the whole area around, which is gonna be amazing. The two flat rides are, one basically is gonna be round and the other one is gonna be rectangular. They also shared 4 potential rides, saying only 2 will be selected. Now here it's easy. One, it's the only one rectangular, so it's gonna be that one, which makes particularly sense because it's gonna be a replacement of the one that has been recently removed from Chessington. In terms of the round one, my guess is that either the same of Legoland is not gonna happen because that concrete basement is far too small, unless it's just the central part, let's say the station. But in that case, we are looking at a single implementation which will have a super low capacity. Otherwise, we need to think about the basement of that one being of one of the other 2 options. Let's talk about timeline now. When I was in Gardaland, I found this commemorative plaque of Raptor, which is the first wing coaster in the world. Now, there are some really interesting facts. First thing is that they used 80 containers to ship the whole coaster to Gardaland. Now, in Chessington case, we are looking at a bit less because there is one train only, the track is shorter, and there is no chain lift. But probably we are thinking about 60 containers. I think what it's currently on site, it's worth 2 or 3 container maximum, so there is so much more to come. Raptor opened the 1st of April and the assembly started the year before, at the end of September, completed by December, and the first test train was in January. Here the assembly started exactly at the same time. Probably it's gonna take a bit less time, but let's keep in mind that they got also 2 flat rides and a lot of theming and landscaping to do. So I think probably again this track is gonna be completed by December, and we might see the first train running early next year. I'm so excited about this new coaster. I've got just one fear, which is it gonna be too much for Chessington? I don't want this to end up kind of a Ride to Happiness in Plopsaland, which is an amazing coaster but far too intense for the usual crowd, keeping in mind that this is the crowd of Chessington World of Adventure. I hope you found this update interesting, and please subscribe to the channel.